Hello everyone, it's Tom Warner here commentating on this game. We've got a game between Mark Royal and Andy Kenway, who's a local Dolphin player. Mark playing with Drake's Pride, and I believe Andy playing with Henslights, but can't quite see from here. And Martin Heitzman on the camera. So here at Dolphin, playing rink 6. Very nice swinging carpet, very nice pace, as Mark's proving here. Very nice to find a centre rink. Andy only joining Dolphin a few years ago, playing with a big swinger. Bowl coming in here, very nice start. That's a lovely bowl, nice touch. Mark here, probably going to change hands. Again, a very swingy hand, but it's very true, very consistent. Just going to pull up short. Andy here probably going to switch as well. Just try and drop to Mark's red bowl, about 6 or 8 inches behind. Certainly on a nice big height with his bowls. Keeps dropping back very late here. This is a cracking bowl, cracking effort. Just fallen out, lovely bowl. Mark here, his pace wasn't too bad last time, just slightly under the line. Yeah, certainly gone higher here. Coming down very nicely. If he keeps running, he is very close. He has bowled a superb wood. Cool, that is tight. And Andy asking who's holding. Don't know if Paul's going to be able to see very well. He might have to get right down low. Both touching, Marcus said. No, Paul has said even. Oh, it's interesting Andy's playing this hand, because touching on the red bowl might flick the jack to Mark's back red one. I'd assume he's just going for deep cover. Well, an interesting bowl. I mean, he's got value at the back there, but I can't see the jack quite going there if they're both touching, but I'd like to be proven wrong, just see a nice bowl. Yeah, we're into the second session here at Dolphin. All first round games are finished. And onto the second session. Good few games going on over here. So, Mark electing for a runner here. So he drops, he's good, but it just looks like he's holding by. Well, there goes Andy's closest. I don't really know what shot Andy's got here, because any touch he might go one down off it. I think he might just have to draw down his forehand, just to his own bowl, just to try and turn it round the corner for the guaranteed one. Oh, I also stand corrected. There is one first round game still going on with Arthur Thompson and John Bennett here on rink 7. Arthur winning the first set and 6-4 up in the second on the last end. Yeah, Andy just looking just to try and drop underneath this red one, but he might get a result through it if he turns it right. No. I think the umpire might be called on here. Mark getting down nice and low and having a look. Yep, tight end. Well, that's a turn up for the books. in a sets game, tied end. So, Mark opting for a shorter length jack. I think he tends to prefer the shorter length jack, but time will tell. If Andy starts playing back at him, he might have to change, but yep, so Mark, lovely start here. Just going to drop through, not very far. A couple of feet. It's a big, big hand, that one. Even with his big Drake's Pride, they still finish very strong. Andy again playing with a big swinger as well. It's a very late finish, and then it doesn't half turn. Right back to centre ink there. So, a few tournaments left on the circuit. We've got Wellingborough next weekend, and Bristol and Ipswich, to name a couple. Everyone trying to get in their last minute points here. It's quite cluttered at the bottom half of the top 32. Between sort of 18th and, I should say 20th and 32nd, there's only about 15, 16 points. So, the last 16 for those players just in there could be enough to bump them right up the rankings. And South Shields is the other one. Just been informed. So yeah, everyone going for last minute points. A lot of players by now have played their 7 tournaments, so the ranking list is compiled on the best 7 results you can get. And so a few people looking at first and second round wins needed to make sure they get the points. If they've had a few first round exits there. So in our current game, Andy Kenway, I don't know if he's played any tournaments other than the Dolphin one at Christmas, so you'd obviously need a win in a couple more tournaments to put himself in there. At the moment, 32nd is Tom Doig on 111 points. He did just play me and beat me on a tiebreak, so he certainly will get a few more points because I don't think he's played all 7. So he's certainly jumping at least one up above me. It was a prelim, so the second game could determine how many he gets, whether it's 4 or 8, but there we go. Mark Royal here, currently at 52nd on the ranking list with 82 points. Just going to see how many tournaments he's played here. So he has played 5 tournaments, so certainly the points from today, whatever he gets, will count to his total. So first round win would guarantee him some points, albeit this is a prelim. So if he wins this, he'll be into the first round, and if he loses that, both are 4 points. Obviously the ranking system changing from next year. Some of you might have seen on the Facebook page, prelims and first rounds. Currently the rules are, if you win the first prelim match and lose the first round proper, you still come away with only 4 points, whereas the loser of the prelim currently also has 4 points. So it's going to change next year, so the prelim winner will essentially could walk away with 6 rather than 4, so at least they get something for winning a match. So I think that's coming in next year. So Mark here holding a good 2 with Andy's bold jack eye. Let's come down and have a look. I assume he's just going to try and draw right in tight. Little tickle on the jack. Well, I see what Mark's done there. I mean, he's gone very deep here. You know, and anything jack behind was at least 2 down, but I mean, Andy is a local player here. We're only 40 minutes up the road, so he tends to be a drawing bowler, but at the moment 2 down, he might be tempted at arriving, just trying to thin the jack, get a couple of shots on the board. So Andy playing his backhand, so he's probably looking at arriving through Mark's front bolt. Wow, that is a very, very nice height. That is close indeed. He's got it beautifully. What an excellent bowl that is. Perfect pace, just to play and stay. Yeah, that is one shot to Andy Kenway. Takes a 1-0 lead after 2 ends with a tied end on the first. So on the live stream today, we've got a few interesting games coming up. Next session, we've got Sean Jones against either Duncan Rogers or Trevor Roberts. I can't quite see who won that game. Let's have a look now. Duncan's marking, so Trevor Roberts that'll be against. So that's a good game. And then after that, we've got Steve Toohey from Egham against Chris Cook from Moonfleet. And then after that, the TV rink is Martin Shepherd from Chipping Norton against Martin Heitzman from Ipswich. Martin currently on the camera. Well, good start there from Andy. Gone for a slightly longer jack than Mark, only a yard or so off the tee. On the rink next door, we've got Mark Charlotte from Oxford City and County, National Fours semi-finalists, against Stuart Evans from Plymouth. Playing down at Torquay yesterday, and like a lot of us have done the doubleheader, so we've come up to Poole for another game, get a few last-minute ranking points. And on the rink to your left, or to your right of your screen currently, you've got Tony Parsons from Taunton Dean against Paul Sharman from Carterton. Paul Sharman certainly in the top 10. I can't remember where he is in relation to the top 5, but so a good opening bowl from Mark there. Great effort by Andy. Well, Mark doesn't like this one. I think it certainly looks a little bit flatter than his last. Just going to dip across the head there. Well, Andy's stalking this one. He likes it. He's interested. It's on a big, big line, and it just drops as the weight comes off. If he runs, he's very close. Oh, that's a great effort. Just 18 inches short of what he wants. Mark will want to get another bowl in here. You know, guarantee the one. If he gets in for 2, even better. At the moment, he's a little bit isolated with his one bowl. Well, he's put that on a big, big line. I mean, it does drop. He has to keep dropping very, very far to get right back here. Wow, what a fantastic effort. Could well be in for 2. I don't think Andy will be that short. A little yard bowl to the reds would be good. A little flick of the jack. Certainly everything with him. Wow, his weight's very good. Just needs to drop. Oh, he's very close here, Andy. What a cracking effort this is. Oh, well played, Andy. What a bowl. Certainly the one. Look at the 2. Mark will come and have a look at this. I've been joined by my co-commentator, Scott Edwards.
Hello, people.
Oh, yeah, crack.
We got 1-0 after 2 ends.
Yeah, tied end on the first.
Lovely.
Yeah, 2 touching bowls. And cracking last bowl there by Andy, local player. Just to draw the jack round the corner. Certainly made the 2, or certainly the 1 even, possible on the 2.
I don't think I recognise Andy. I'm not sure I've seen much of him.
No, local player. I think he played this one at Christmas.
Right, okay.
He's been a member here for 2 or 3 years, so still a relatively new local player. He Nipper plays as well. Played up at our place in the family pairs earlier this season.
Right.
Nice chap. And you know, local knowledge of this carpet is a bit very positive impact on the game.
Yeah, definitely. Each rink's pretty different here. I mean, you soon latch onto one side on each rink usually, but yeah, knowing each rink and how quirky some of them can be is a massive help. And Mark's got a decent...
Well, I mean, it's a big line on that hand, but he certainly looks like he's holding out here. Just that extra yard, just to chop off the bowl, I think. But
yeah, I think he had a decent sort of head to bowl to off his bowls, but fair play to Andy, played a good end there.
Well, certainly won, but so you can see there on the scoreboard, a couple of other games going on here. Kylie Hampton from Egham, 2 shots to 1 up against the local player Percy. Dave Leafield from Oxford, 5-0 up. Donna Knight, couple shots down. Lorraine Cooler, national triples champion earlier this week.
Yeah.
Currently 5-0 up against Kirsty Richards. And then the other match is 2-2 for Tony and Paul. And 0-0 on Mark and Stuart Evans' game at the moment on their trial ends.
What did Andy pick up there? 1 or 2? We're not sure.
No one's done the board. See if we can catch Paul's eye.
Oh, just one.
So just the one shot there. It's gone on the board. Has Mark brought his roadshow with him today, or just on his own?
Sure. I mean, they've got the shop here, haven't they?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's got the van here, so it's all out there. Always loved his delivery. You watch him bowl, it never changes.
Very consistent, very smooth, very deliberate, isn't it? Everything's timed and nice to watch. Andy playing with a big swinging bowl here. It's a very late turn on this rink. Just added an unwanted couple there, but
yeah, already if Mark drops another one in here, you feel he's got a big third bowl to come.
Yeah.
That same old story when you miss with your first 2. I mean, his first bowl wasn't terrible, but you miss with your first 2, you feel it with your third, and especially if you're a good 2 down.
Well, Mark here very close. If he just touches the white here, makes a very good 2.
Bowl.
Yeah, well played, Mark. There's still plenty of room for Andy, but as you say, he's feeling this one. He wants to make sure he gets in and not leave a pressure last bowl. Well, his pace looks better than his last.
He was motioning as if he felt he wasn't up, but
I mean, it's still
not too
on
bad.
there. It's not far off at all. Well, could be second bowl.
Yeah, definitely 1 down. Could still be 2.
Well, if Mark gets another bowl like his last, a little touch of the jack round the corner, certain 3, it makes it very tough for Andy to get in there. Well, you can see here Mark's playing a very big line. Drake's Pride, I think he plays with, and certainly gets a big finish on them. Well, it's a bit of a let off for Andy there, really, isn't it? You know, another pressure bowl, another bowl in there from Mark would have certainly turned up the pressure, but
I know he's got quite a swingy set of professionals, so he's probably using them.
Okay.
He's always liked a good swingy bowl, Mark.
Yeah, I've certainly seen him use XPs and professionals most of the time. Does he play outdoors? Do you know, Scott?
Yeah, he does.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. He's won that big Yarmouth tournament about 7 times.
Oh, okay.
So he always makes the trip there, and I think him and Martin playing nationals together.
Okay.
I know they were up at Leamington in the pairs last year. Oh, great bowl here.
What a lovely bowl, right in
Just
behind.
what he needed.
That's the last couple of ends. He's played a cracking last bowl, Andy. He certainly seems to be a pressure bowler so far.
Yeah, in this format, you keep doing that, you're going to go a long way. But can you keep doing it all day? That's the thing.
No, they're very true, especially against someone as good a player as Mark. I wonder if Mark will switch hands and look just to arrive through his own bowl underneath is one on the left of the screen here, or whether he'll just stick to a draw.
It wouldn't surprise me. It'll be a reaching bowl, but it looks like he's playing what you said, probably looking for just the inside of his own on the way in, or even turn his own up and
Yeah,
just
he's certainly playing.
squeeze the jack out.
Well, he's played that line very well. It's a very late bend down there with any sort of pace. So here it comes.
Yeah,
If he
he's
just
very
holds
close.
his head. If he holds his head, well,
Good effort.
a great effort there from Mark. Single for Andy.
Yeah, he's yet to win an end, Mark. Andy keep plodding away.
That's 3-0 after 4 ends. That should be 3. I was saying, it's got a lot of people doing the double header this weekend to try and get a few last-minute ranking points for Torquay yesterday, or Hartlepool. Some people were playing on.
Yeah, that's right. It seems to have come around so quick, that end of the season where everyone's scrambling for points now, and there'll be some changes in the top 32. Certainly makes it very exciting.
I was saying earlier, I went through some of the people at the bottom half of the ranking list, sort of 20 and downwards. There's not a lot of points separating those 20, sort of 12 players.
No, that's right.
And certainly, obviously, Tom Doyle beat me this morning on the tiebreak, which he was 32nd, I was 27th, so that's certainly going to shift a few things around already.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Andy he did this on the last end down this hand. He just put it slightly wide, and it just didn't quite finish.
Well, Mark's another one that needs a good result in a tournament.
Yep.
To have a chance.
82 points, 52nd position at the moment with Mark, but he has only played 5. So any points are points for Mark, which is certainly a nice position to be in at this stage. Albeit this is a prelim, unfortunately, so even a win only guarantees the 4, not the 8. Well, a couple of loose bowls considering the last few ends for the first 2. But here Andy dropping in very nicely.
Yeah, this looks better.
Yeah, that's a good bowl there. Well played, Andy.
Well, you'd fancy Mark will go close to drawing the shot, but he's already at that stage where he needs to win the end, really.
Where's Mark play, Scott? Is it Ribisgate, is it?
Yeah, Risbygate.
Risbygate.
It's I went there for the first time a couple of months back. They had a tournament there, and it's a unique club. You won't play on anything much quicker than that.
Oh, really quick.
Yeah, it's really quick and quite tricky. Some of the rinks, just a 4-rinker.
Had a few big names there,
I really
didn't they?
enjoyed that. It was a cracking little event. Just 16 players, some top players there, and Matt Orry went on to win it.
I saw that, yeah. And considering the field, there were certainly a few of the top 16 there, weren't there?
There was,
Greg
Greg was there, and obviously Mark was there on his own carpet. Jason Greenslade and a few others. But yeah, that club is that carpet is unique. But I'll certainly love to go back again if I ever get a chance. All right, Mark's not made it again here. He's still one down, and he's got a big bowl to come with his last. If Andy could pull the jack here, it'd really put the pressure on.
Yeah, as you say, pull it, 18 inches just around the corner. Big 3, and not the easiest to get to.
No.
Having said that, at the moment, he is exposed with just the 1 in the head. Bowl out clean could be worth 2 or 3 to Mark, which would certainly bring him right back in it.
Yeah, and Mark's no back position, but he's already going to have to force his hand if the head stays as it is.
Lovely bowl here from Andy. Is he just going to run through?
Another one behind. I mean, I don't know what Mark could do here. He'd be tempted into half in the shot bowl out, but he knows if he gets the jack and doesn't hang around, he could be dropping a 3 or 4.
Well, I think he might turn around to try and draw this again. I mean, it's 3-0 down at 4 ends. So bowl out could be the 2 or 3, which would be very good, but equally missing that and dropping the 1 puts him,
Yeah, I think he'll try and draw it.
Certainly, one of the better drawing players out there.
Yeah, he'll always back himself.
Well, he's on a lovely height.
Yeah, I think
Pace
kind of likes this.
Pace looks interesting. Not quite going to camera yet. Here it comes. Oh, that is a super effort. Well, one shot, Andy Kenway. Takes a 4-0 lead after 5 ends.
Well, you feel that Mark would need at least a 2 here, really.
Yeah.
That's what he'd be thinking. But obviously, he could get a 2, he could get a 3. Even if he nicks a 1, gives himself a chance on the last end. You just want to get a couple of shots on the board, really, now.
Certainly, you don't want to be fishing for a 3 or something on the last end. It's very hard to find.
Yeah, the club's filling up nicely. We've got a lot of people watching already.
It's certainly a well-supported event, this one, Scott, isn't it?
It's a great
A
club
lot of
as
local
well,
players come. Facilities are superb. Green is lovely. I mean, there's not a lot around here that are much better, to be honest.
No, that's right. And I think the management, they really enjoy this open single circuit coming here as well.
Big supporters.
Yeah.
Certainly get here nice and early as well. Kitchen staff were here well before us at 8 o'clock. Ready and prepping, and reception open and facilities on, so it was nice to see, really.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of money on the club as well, haven't they, in recent years? Every time we come here, something's new, and the setup now for the viewing is great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, before it was certainly it's a lot easier to see, but I mean they do have 1,100 members here.
Yeah,
so,
amazing.
I mean, there's a lot of clubs would kill for half of that number.
Yeah. No, not a bad starter for Mark. He
It's
certainly
behind,
has to
which
win
is
the
good.
end. Yeah, certainly has to win this end. Oh, and he's not happy with that. He's not up. He's under pressure again this end. If Mark drops another one in, he'll have to come up with another big bowl, which he's managed to do so far.
But as you say, can he keep doing it?
You can't keep doing it all match, but
well, Mark on a nice height again. Pace looks pretty reasonable.
Not trying too hard.
Just going to drop to his own wood.
yeah, another counter, but plenty of room still.
Well, and he doesn't take a long time here. He's straight on the mat. He knows what he needs to do. And being a local player, he's got that little bit more confidence, I think.
He's got a little more pace on this.
Big height.
I think he might be running through here.
Yeah, as you can see there, just floating behind.
Yeah.
Wow. Another one in here for Mark will certainly pile the pressure on.
Yeah, Mark would be really disappointed if he doesn't draw another one here. I mean, obviously he'd love to lump a front toucher on, but another counter will be ideal.
What's the pace look like here? Looks reasonable. I mean, he looks a little bit shorter than his
I
last
don't
one.
think he's quite up. He might be up enough to count.
Just drop round the black one, does
Oh,
he?
I'd be disappointed with that.
Wow.
I'd be really disappointed
Big
with that.
opportunity. Right, Andy wants one nice and close here. It's his last bowl again, so... Well... Pace looks better than his last, but again, he doesn't... Does he look quite up, Scott?
Not quite.
Will
Might
he
be a
reach
decent
second?
third. If he stays up, he'd have a chance for second. I don't think
he's
it
just
is.
falling back. I think he's still 2 down here. Well, Mark asking Paul to confirm that.
I think he might hear 1 and a measure from the marker here. Yeah. 1 and a
Looks
measure.
like you're on the ring, Scott. So, 1 and a measure.
Well, he'll just be
does
drawing,
think,
but
yeah.
obviously he'd love to a little nibble on the jack, make a 3 of it. But he needs a definite 2, so...
Well, he's put this out on a really big height. I mean, his bowls, as we've seen, have come back a long way.
I don't think he's quite got enough on it.
Is he gonna reach?
Oh,
he's
oh no. Yeah, he's... Oh, yeah,
wow,
yeah.
well played, Mark.
Didn't have
Yeah,
enough to touch the jack, but 2 and a measure, just what he needed, really.
give him a big chance into the last end, especially if he makes a 3. Then Mark will be very thankful for that. Yeah, umpire being called here for the measure. 2 out to Mark.
Big measure, this. So yeah, umpire being called on.
Well, umpires normally go to the bowl they favour first, don't they? So if that's any indication, then umpire certainly fancies another one to mark. But yeah, short of the bowl there. It's 3 shots to mark. 4-3 at 6 ends.
So he knows now, wins this end. He knows he's got at least a tied set. So,
well, that's a big 3 there for Mark, wasn't it? Paul deciding it didn't need to go on the scoreboard.
Mark not changed things much.
I think he seems to be confident on this sort of shorter length jack.
He's always this is his go-to length basically wherever he plays. I think this is what he always has in mind. He wants to play this length. But to be fair, Andy's won most of the end on this length. We'll see. He's changed his hand as well.
I mean, that used to be a very, very big hand going that way. It's just changed slightly. Rinks 5 has now become the big swinger on that side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like you say, this 7 side of 6 used to be
very
swinging
big.
hand, but
I said that going the other way, the way we've just seen him play, you do get a bigger finish. But going the other way, if you're slightly outside it, just holds off a wee bit. Andy here, sticking with the side he's been playing all day, and a decent opener. Ball behind, 18 inches or so.
Yeah, Mark's changing now.
Well, Norman Coe just arrived, Sky. He's a credit to the game, isn't he?
He's a legend, isn't he? He really is. Does more miles than anyone.
Yeah, certainly.
More enthusiastic than anyone.
And he'll do his fair share of jobs if you need him to step in and mark whatever. He's more than happy. And he loves the game, which is great to see, really. Not many like him around.
No, he was up at the Nationals as well. He was up there in the 2 wood. He had a really good win in his first game. I can't remember who it was, but I remember it was a really good win. So he's probably come here with a bit of confidence.
Certainly.
It was Perry Martin.
It was,
of course
indeed.
it was. Perry Martin he beat. That's a great win for Norman. And he had a good run at Torquay. I think he made the quarterfinals.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, it must have. Norm's a very different player since he got his Dreamlines.
That's right.
Same bowl that Steve Toohey plays with as well. Sort of normally a slightly flatter line, but I mean, Norm plays them very well.
Well, Mark needs this. He's 2 down. Oh, definitely 1 down. Yeah, not good enough for shot, but
that's a good second word. He might, he could have a look at the bowl out now or trail on the jack. And he wants to get one right in tight to that jack.
Sharmy shouting at his bowl. It didn't quite do what he wanted it to do.
Yeah, playing Tony Parsons with bright yellow quantums. Haven't seen that colour in the plain yellow. Oh, it's a great bowl from Andy. Look at this.
Yeah, great bowl.
Yeah, well played.
Well, Mark will be drawing here. Drawing for the set, really. Drawing to tie the set.
4-0 down at 5
little
ends.
touch on the jack. He could
nice.
make a 2 of it, but he would just be looking to rest that last bowl ideally and draw the shot, I would have thought.
Well, taking his time there.
Really.
As you say, same setup every bowl. You couldn't tell if he's firing or drawing. It all looks the same.
Yeah.
Well, he's played
Pokes
it on
the tongue out as well. Always pokes his tongue out.
Indeed.
Oh look, he's chasing
He's chasing this up. I mean,
is he going to get a little bit of the jack?
He needs to run.
No. Oh, he needs to sit against the bias. No. So that is the first set over. Oh, Andy was pretty good for it, really.
Yeah.
He played some big bowls when he needed to, if he'd had a loose couple of first bowls. But really, overall, probably deserved the set. We'll see how he reacts now. A lot of players, they win a set, especially against a top player like Mark, and they begin the second set. Often they can begin it quite poorly.
Yeah, some sort of a bit of a pump of adrenaline, thinking, right,
That's
well,
right.
I've taken the first set, I can I just need to win this set now. And
I've got at least a tie break.
Exactly,
if those thoughts go through your mind, then it's not a good thing for the start of the second set. But we'll see. He's put up the same length. They've both been. Well, he's probably casting it a little further than Mark did, but they're not playing too dissimilar a length.
Well, in the other matches, a very interesting end on ring 4 earlier, Scott.
Right.
Lorraine Cooler against Kirsty Richards. Lorraine was 6-3 up when was 3 down with the last bowl and dead drew the shot.
Wow.
So rather than being 6-all into the last end, 7-3 advantage, Kirsty needing a 4. So that was an interesting
Those
bowl
are the
to see.
bowls that win you the matches.
Certainly brim with confidence after the national title.
Well, Andy, for the first time there, he missed his line by quite a lot. So we'll see how he does at the start of this second set.
As you can see here, Mark coming out on a very big line, but coming this way, you do get a big, strong finish here right at the end. Whereas the other way, you don't seem to quite get that anymore.
Good bowl here. Yeah, he's pulled the jack.
He's pulled it to his own. Wow,
he's
what a
pulled the
cracking
jack.
bowl.
I mean, that'll look inviting to Mark, but
Certainly
it's a
think
great bowl.
I'm surprised he's changing here, though. If he's just drawing, but he might be arriving if he's playing the other hand.
Yeah, he's probably going to just arrive, look to sit the bowl, ideally get down to the jack. That hand tends to hold off a little,
yeah, and then
does a
late.
bit at the end.
Well, if he drops
unless
round,
it's changed, but
no, there it is. It's that big finish right at the end, but it doesn't quite come back at halfway. It's a bit later than that.
yeah, that's right. Well, chance to really turn the screw here. He'll want to change the head a little bit. He's holding a good 2, but he'll want
If
to
he
just
sits his own
tuck the
shot
jack
bowl
or
just
sit
round.
the bowl down. Yeah.
Well, he likes this. He's very interested. If he keeps running.
Oh, it's a great bowl. Just how's it going to sit? Oh, that's a great bowl.
Oh, that is a Sterling King he's playing with.
Is he really?
Sterling King. Haven't seen them from.
No,
For a
don't see
long
many
time.
people using them, but they're a decent bowl.
Yes, yeah. Sterling King, slim line, all decent. A lot of players believing that slim line was a tighter line, but it was just the profile of the bowl. Similar to the Taylor Legacy slim line.
Well, Mark's arriving this time. What's
Well,
he got?
he
got,
looks like a good result.
He should, give himself a big chance now with his last. He'll take that. Was 3 down before that bowl, and
Certainly.
now he shouldn't be dropping more than a 1, or he'll be picking up a 1.
There's a good few people here trying to make a late surge, have sort of come in this season really up for, hungry for the wins.
Yeah.
Darren Nutman, for example,
Yeah.
from Moonfleet.
Yeah, he's cracking.
Mark Charlotte from Oxford City
Yeah,
County,
Mark, yeah.
certainly playing a
He
lot
had
of
a
tournaments this year.
semi-final, didn't he, recently?
Rivers, yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he's got a chance. Needs a good run here.
I mean, when you look at the top of the ranking list here, ranked 1 and 2, I think you're number 2, Scott, I
Yeah, I've
believe.
been fortunate enough
A
this
long way
season.
ahead of everyone else.
Yeah. Obviously, Paul doing what he does. He does some great results. He's number 1. I'll do my best to try and catch him. I've got a chance.
And then Martin Puckett in 3rd with only 4 tournaments, with
Yeah,
2 wins and
that's
2
right.
two quarterfinals.
and the way he played in his first game, he's probably going to go close in this
Yeah.
one. Oh, Mark's not going to be happy if he doesn't make it with this bowl. He had
Certainly-
4 feet to draw the shot.
Yeah,
Has he
he's
just done it?
Just about made it, yeah.
Looks like he's just made it. So he was 3 down earlier in the head, and
Oh, that's a nice
he's
little,
nicked the 1. So
nice little turnaround for Mark there. You didn't expect him to really drop that 3 the way it was set up.
no, that's right.
But he could have touched in.
Let's see if he changes anything here. He's wondering. Yeah.
Well, the
he's
mat's come up a couple
he's
yards
coming
more.
up. He's gone up a little bit more. I don't think that's much different to where Andy's been putting the mat. Let's see
Well,
if
if we see the jack go on the tee, then it certainly will be changing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's certainly gotten longer than his last few. The jacks here are a heavyweight jack, so they tend to flow on a little bit more than the bowls, which is quite misleading, really.
Yeah, you get that, don't you, at some places where the jack seems to fly. And it can catch a lot of people out, and you see a lot of jacks ending up in the ditch. It'll be interesting to see how well Mark finds the centre on with the change of where the jack is up near the tee.
I mean, this is a great start,
Yeah,
Sky.
it
I mean,
is
he's
a great
right
start.
on the top of this.
Yeah.
Well, both players sticking to that side. You know, a bit of a stronger finish going this way.
Yeah, I do remember on that rink though, you're slightly wide, you catch a little bit of a ledge out there.
Yeah. Well, again, Andy's first bowl being behind certainly gives him options later on.
Paul Sharman letting a runner go. Oh, and he's
taken every one of his own bowls out.
And spun. Well, I thought that was going to spin back up the green then. Looks like he's dropped a 2 there. He won the first set, Sharmy, but it looks like he's dropping a 1 or 2 there.
Again, another player that really supports the circuit.
Yeah. Such a solid player.
Oh, very much so. And a lovely chap to play with or against, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because you've joined Oxford this year indoors, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
With all these chaps. A lot of them actually in action here with Dave and Paul and Mark.
Yeah, being central where we are, based around Oxford, a lot of these tournaments are great. We don't travel that far.
Some umpire popped up. Well, he's arguing so should we play it, but I'm sure I had a shot. What she did, she measured to 9 with the string.
Right, sorry there, yeah, just interesting debacle going on one of the other rinks with the umpires and measures between Nick Revel and Matt Short. So it'd be interesting here, a bit of a conflict of opinions on where the ball was and the jack in the ditch.
It's
so
critical as well. It's the last end, 4-all, and they seem to be having a dispute as to some measure that's happened. We don't know the full details, but
it'd be interesting to see. Normally in these circumstances, I think both players tend to agree to replay the end.
Yeah, it looks like that might be what's happening. Gary Lucas, the umpire, was straight in to sort the situation out. You wouldn't find a better umpire than him.
No, very good. I played at Bournemouth for a couple of years, and Gary's very solid.
Yeah, it looks like the wrong bowl was measured, and I don't know if something was moved. Maybe a bowl was moved out, and then they realised that it should have been another bowl that was being measured. So they're replaying the end, it looks like. Anyway, back to this game. Big bowl for Andy here. He's had a great effort. But if he falls in, he could get the shot. Oh, that's a great bowl.
Well, camera getting in nice and tight there, but I mean, I still slightly fancy the red. Oh yeah, one to Mark there, 2-0 lead.
I don't think there's been anything more than, I think most ends have been single shots, haven't they, throughout the whole match.
You are. I think you're on the TV.
One tied end as well.
Just joined here in the booth by Sean Jones, who's he'll be the star of the TV rink next session against Trevor Roberts. Yeah, I mean, had a cracking run against Torquay yesterday, didn't you, Sean?
Yeah.
Good run.
Weekend.
Changed your bowls as well, which was an interesting sight to see.
Changed his bowls? What's he changed to?
Medium weights vectors.
Medium weight vectors.
Wow. So Are you selling those quantums?
No,
I was quite like the look at them and the colour.
Yeah,
The old,
coral or whatever it is, or whatever
well,
colour
I
it is.
always thought of it as like strawberry and custard.
What's that?
Colour
Oh.
of Sean's bowls.
Here's the umpire now. What happened there,
Yeah,
Gary?
fill us in.
On that.
Okay.
Okay. The umpire has dealt with the situation as we expected. No details forthcoming.
As we said, we were bigging you up, Gary. Well, similar opening bowls there.
You're not playing, Tom?
I decided to give everyone else a chance this time, Gary.
You got beaten, have you?
Yeah, indeed. Yep, first round.
Subject, Gary.
Yep, Gary's just rubbing it in. He's good at that. Always been good at that. Great umpire, but
think of the new
really
Wessex
good at
groups
rubbing it
then?
in.
Yep.
What do you think of them?
Yeah, good. I quite like
You
them.
might as well play
Mark
Saturday
with a
and
great
Sunday
bowl
in the
there.
same place then.
Yeah.
It's like the brandy bowl
Drawn the
now.
shot. Oh, 1 and a measure at the moment. But it looks pretty nice for Andy to bowl to.
I quite liked Gary.
Well, is he up this time, Scott?
Oh, I think so, yes, mate. It looks like he's
Oh,
up
this
to
is a
the...
lovely bowl
yeah,
here
he's drawn the
again.
shot again. He's playing well.
He's a solid
He is
bowl.
playing well.
And
That's not easy for Mark. All he can really do is
lift his own
lift
through
his
it.
own. That's probably how it looks to him.
I mean, you might be tempted to stick to the same
Yeah,
man,
he
try and
could do.
draw, just lift it away
Yeah.
and give him a shot for his next, but
Oh, great bowl there. Mark Charlotte got picked up a 4 there with 4 bowls within 7-8 inches.
well, Mark's looking very interested. Needs to hold up.
Oh, he's got
Oh,
the bowl
what
away
a
clean.
bowl.
Great bowl.
I mean, when you look on the screen and when you look live, there doesn't look a big enough gap to get underneath for that for the
No.
bowl, but. Well, Andy trotting up after this one. He's just
Under the
pulled it
line,
short.
isn't he? Just under. Oh, could still be 2 down. I'm not sure. Looks 1 and a look at the moment. Mark coming in. Yep,
Yep.
2.
Well, not to.
Both got 1 bowl to come each.
Well, Mark going back to the swing, just try and drop into his.
Yeah, well bowl, Mark.
Yeah, very good. Oh, that's a lovely
Great
bowl.
It'll be interesting. He's 3 down now, and it'll be interesting to see what he elects to play here.
Well, I mean, if he does play a runner, any connection on the front bowl or the second wood
That's right.
gets a result. I mean,
Yeah.
whether it's the maximum or not, but I mean,
Yeah, if he hits the second bowl, the shorter one, about a foot short, he could well get 2 away. He could end up getting some jack movement and end up just the 1 down, or even get the shot out of it. If it ends up
Well.
on the respot, we'll see. No,
well,
he's elected to
late
draw.
As
I
I
mean-
said earlier before you arrived, Scott, he was a drawing player.
Yeah, He
But
needs
I
to
mean,
keep
he needs to
running
run
here.
on here, or he might just dip an underneath again.
yeah. I mean, there is room to draw a good second bowl there, but
That's it.
in
well, that's
hindsight, now he's
Mm.
probably dropped the 3. He's probably
looking at the tiebreak already.
probably wishes he. Well, certainly be wishing he arrived, but I think I'd have been tempted to play a runner there, get 1 away. All right, you're still dropping a 2, but you could have ended up crunching the jack out and running through for the respot. But as it is, it's 5-0 after 3 ends. To be fair, Andy hasn't really gone off. He won the first set. He didn't sort of just go off, maybe thinking, right, I've got at least a tie break. But Mark stepped it up a little bit, as you'd expect. And now we look like we're probably heading to a tie break, but still plenty of time left in this set for Andy. He only needs a tie.
Yeah, if he has, I mean, 5-0 at sort of 4 or 5 ends, you're sort of looking at the counts. But as you say, 4 ends left, 1 an end gets him within 1, so he only needs a couple on one of these ends, and he's got
Yep.
a chance. Again, Mark should play it slightly longer than he did in the first set. Another yard or so.
Yeah, he seems
which,
to have elected to
seems to
do
have
that
found it
now.
on the first couple of ends anyway. Another good opener here, just dropping round.
Yeah, just give it out to people about.
Yeah, what keeps slowing everything down.
Everything's on.
Well, decent opener here from Andy. Just going to drop across the head again.
Yeah, lovely weight. Not a bad starter. Needs to start winning that first 2-bowl battle to get himself back in this set.
Well, Mark doesn't like that one. He's gesturing it to swing in. I mean, he's, as you can see, he's on a big line. It does come late.
Yeah, if he's got dead weight, he'll drop all the way.
See, I wish my bowls that were wide ended up close to the jack like that.
Yeah, yeah. If you, any extra weight down that end, if you are wide, it will hang. But you dead weight, you'll get almost down to it.
Well, interesting here, Andy's electing to change hands. I mean, I appreciate turning his own bowl round, you know, is a big option, but equally, his bowls are such a big swinger, dropping the jack across the other way would have been worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like
Having
he's
said
played
that,
one
he's
here.
played an absolute cracker. So,
Yeah.
as I say, he's taking his own bowl out
Yeah,
of
I
the
know what you
equation here,
mean.
which
Yeah,
is,
he could have stuck with the same hand. But that's a great bowl.
but you can't take it away. Front toucher.
Mark will be just arriving up to this, so that if he gets his own bowl, he'll turn it through, possibly for a much better second or onto the jack. But he'll want to get the shot ball away, or just pull that jack round the corner. I don't think he can get to the jack without touching one of the bowls. Oh, he's elected to draw down the other end.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scotty, he's not far away at all.
No, he's
there.
not. I'm
Floats
surprised
around
he's
it.
played that.
Well, I mean, that certainly closes the head down for Andy.
Yes, yeah. I suppose at the
Saying
end
to
of
him,
the day,
look,
5-0
I'll give
up.
you one.
Yeah, 5-0 up, looking for a really good second. He had a decent enough second, I suppose.
Well,
Another time he might have played something down the other end.
Andy not quite arriving this time, I don't think. Just going to drop on the front of the bowl.
He's had a great line. He probably had enough to get around that bowl, but he would have preferred to have been a bit past the jack there.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see Mark go back to the right hand side there, just to arrive
Yeah.
on the back of his own bowl with a couple of feet and lift the white.
Yeah, I would have thought that's what he'll be playing now. Yeah, changed hands. So this will be just arriving up, trying to turn his own bowl, getting a squeeze to squeeze the jack back to hold one so that he doesn't drop.
I mean, I've seen he play
he won't
these sort of
drop any
shots
more than
loads
one
of
that one.
time. The yard 4 feet bowl, and he
Yeah,
tends
he's
to play them
close.
very,
He's
very well.
He's close to getting
Split.
something here.
Oh,
Just dipped a bit too much. Well, there's a chance here for Andy to. He could draw another one.
just drop
Get
round
himself
the
right back
last
in the
wood.
set.
As you can see, he had 2 bowls round last bowl there.
Mm.
Sitting jack eye should be good enough. With his last bowl having just sat Mark's back, it's given him a little bit more room. Still a big ask, obviously, but. Andy just waiting there for Stuart Evans on the other rink, he's playing the same hand. That one on that rink there, Mark Charlotte taking the first set.
He's
Quite
bowling well.
convincingly.
He's really bowling well, and Stuart's such a good player.
Well,
Looks a little bit high here, Andy.
just over the line
High,
there. Weight
yeah.
was reasonable. I mean, certainly didn't look good enough for the dead draw, but well, 5-1 at 4 ends.
Yeah, needs this end to give himself a chance in this set. I think if he lost this end, you're pretty much looking at a tie break, but you never know. Still putting the mat in the same place, so he's not changing it much. I don't blame him.
Well, you don't see many players playing full length on this carpet. I mean, the carpet itself is nice. It's a good pace and good lines, but a lot of players electing for sort of a 3/4 length jack on most, really.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're looking across the green now. Or maybe rink 3, they're playing
yeah.
full length, but the rest of the rinks certainly nowhere near full length.
It's nice to play on indoor carpet where you can you trust in the green really.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So a lot of people playing a shorter length and just enjoying it.
Well, Lorraine Cooler just played a great runner. In rink 4.
And ran on as well.
She was a good 2 down, and now she's holding. She's 3-2 up in this set and 1 set up.
Well, Andy's first bowl, just off camera here, but it's about a yard through centre rink. Mark electing for the late bending hand, but it does turn, but just a little later.
Not bad, a couple of feet through. Again, he'd be looking to just keep these heads tight now. 5-1 up in the set. If he does drop anything, he won't want it to be more than 1. You'd expect this to go to a tie break now, but if Andy can put some pressure on.
Well, I mean, this one's
never
coming in
know.
nicely if he just holds up.
Shot bowl.
Yeah. Good enough for the time being. I think Mark will probably change now, follow him down. Wow. Yeah, Mark, as you can see here, a really big line. It's a very late bend and it just comes straight back to centre here.
Yeah, looking across, I can see Carl Fountain's marking. Just looking at the results, he lost his first game, but playing Ben poorly. I mean, cracking player Ben. That was a good first round tussle, but Ben came through.
I mean, did you see the way he won it, Scotty?
No, I didn't.
It was, I mean, Ben won the first end on a great drawing bowl, and then he was 2 down on the second end, last bowl, elected for a runner, thinned Carl's short bowl, just nipped the jack about 6 inches to his own wood.
Ooh,
You know,
wow.
apologised straight away,
Yeah.
but it's not. I don't think it was quite the shot he was playing for.
No. Well, you're going to win the event. You need 1 or 2 of them. Well, Andy's asking questions here on this end. He's bowled a really good shot bowl. And Mark's just dropping under. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 at the moment, but they've both got 1 bowl to come. If Andy can drop another one in here, he'll be holding 2 or 3. And
Well,
he'd
it
be
does
right
look
back in the set if
from
Mark was
the
to
live.
miss.
It does look that it's only the 1.
Yeah,
to be
I
honest, but
probably would say 1, but I'm not sure. I think it's close-ish for second.
I mean, there's a cracking game up next session. Ben Pooley against Martin Puckett.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll certainly be a good game. I mean, it's the rink next door, so we'll try and keep you updated on that one. Next game is Sean Jones against Trevor Roberts. Well, Andy doesn't quite look here on
he's
this
not
one.
quite up. He'd be disappointed with that. He could have really asked some questions there. It looks like it probably is only 1 at the moment. Interesting to see if Mark changes and just tries to draw it. Because where that last bowl's finished has taken away, it looks like it's taken away any shot down this hand.
I think, given the situation in the set, I think Mark wouldn't be overly disappointed
No,
dropping
exactly.
the 1.
Yeah.
You know,
Try and
5-2,
draw around.
2 ends to play, but
Try and draw around
Andy's shorter bowl.
Andy's bowl that's probably 3rd.
Well,
ball
I
at the
don't know.
moment.
He looks
Oh,
like he's
no.
playing a runner here,
Okay.
trying to drop underneath for the bowl. But if he takes his own out, well, he wants to hold off now. Oh, that was an interesting
Yeah,
shot.
if he took his own, maybe he is 2 down.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That
you
would be the only reason I can see for him playing that.
Oh yeah, two conceded there.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was close for second. So yeah, that's why he played the runner then, because taking his own out wouldn't have made it any worse. So 5-3. Here
Wow.
we go then.
5-3,
Giving
5
himself
ends.
a shout now, Andy. Tie the set.
2
So,
1s is all he needs, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, win these 2 ends. He's won the match.
So Andy going back to the length he's sort of been playing, a yard or so shorter than Mark's length.
Yeah, to be fair, he's been casting the jack really well, putting up that same length every time, both ways.
I mean, on our rink, Scotty, Tom and I both had 2 jacks each in the ditch throughout the game.
Really?
Yep. Not even playing long either. Well, I mean, it's a great start from Andy here. It's exactly what he needs. That's a very good bowl.
Really good start.
As you can see there, quite a few supporters, as you said earlier, Scott. There's a lot of people in there, bowlers, spectators, and locals that just come in for the day and like to watch the standard of bowls, really.
Yeah. Really well supported event here.
I mean, that is a
Great
cracking reply from Mark. He's drawn that beautifully. He likes that.
Just that.
You'll watch that on catch up later.
Little touch on the bowl, and the bowl sits back, and you stay up for shot. Lovely. Well, expect Andy to be just trying to turn his own bowl onto the jack here. Not really a lot else. He can turn the shot bowl away. Just arriving. He's trying. He's trying very hard. If he can turn his own.
Run. Oh, he's played that.
Oh, what a great
wonderful bowl.
Just what he needed.
I mean, you couldn't play that pace any
No,
better.
that was brilliant. Mark will be trying to play the same shot down the other hand. Mark will be trying to turn his own onto the jack. Again, the way their head is, he kind of will also be thinking, well, dropping a 1, win the last end, I win the set. But he will want to get the shot out of this, but he won't want to be forcing things too much and opening it up right up. I think he'll be happy with the fact he's got a really good second, just trying to sit it down and get the shot.
Well, he's gesturing for it to slow down. He does look like he's just running behind, but again,
That's
it's
a
got
great
value.
spot, yeah.
Certainly got a great spot
Now
there.
he can just arrive with his next one.
Andy,
What's
I'm
Andy
surprised
going to do?
Andy's changing hands here, because I mean,
He's
unless
probably
he's
going
putting
for
round
some
the
back bowl.
going round the
can't
back.
see much value in anything else, really.
Well, I mean,
he's underneath for drawing around them.
I mean, I'm intrigued to see what shot he was playing there, whether he was trying to dead draw around that red bowl. But
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously second guessing what he was trying, but I would suggest you'd like to think he was trying to get.
well, Mark asking if he can come have a look to us then.
Yeah,
I'm sure the
With a
the
smile
marker
on
wouldn't
his
have
face. Poor marker was telling him no, you can't.
But luckily, the commentators were looking over him.
Crucial sort of time like this, you bowl 2 bowls, of course you can go and have a look.
Yeah.
It's different if you're doing it every end, and you know
And the heads are
there
open.
are time issues, and you shouldn't be visiting there to have 2 bowls. But anything when the head's like this, or it's coming towards the end of a set, of course you can go up. I'm waiting for the day the marker tells me I can't. I will be going, but
Yeah.
Mark's arriving to
well,
this. Well,
he looks to be
yeah,
underneath, but
he's under, and also
if he took his own bowl out there without the jack,
yeah, I think if he took his own bowl out, he still would have to get it. He'd get it square and solid that his bowl would be staying. If he flicked it onto the jack, great. But if he
So you've
turned
got
the red
Andy's
bowl
though,
clean
could have
out,
been the-
he'd have stayed for second anyway at that pace. Now,
well, I'm surprised. I mean, Andy after his third bowl, I mean, he's got to look for a back position here, surely.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a really good
just
one.
how far back does he go? Does he think Andy will try and play this? Does he think that Mark will try and play the same pace again, or will he go for the respot, or will he just try and draw? I'd want to just draw a yard through.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Mark loves to play that little arriving shot.
But it's one of those hens where his third bowl really cost him there, because he wanted to cover with both of those 2 bowls.
This is a
really.
good bowl.
He's played this one really well.
Yeah, he has.
But his third bowl, if he'd had one deeper, but I mean, he's got
That's
a
a great
good
bowl.
a good backward and
You're
a
right.
good
His
yard
third
through.
bowl was all round it disappointing. It even gave Mark something to use if he
yeah.
was slightly wide the third bowl. But we've all done that.
Well,
He's
I
got
think
played a
Mark's just gonna
cracking last bowl there.
Just overdraw here with a yard to his own bowl.
His thought process will be, right, I've got a good second. I'll be 5-4 up playing the last end. I want to try and get the shot, but I don't want to play weight right through it and play something silly.
Well, he's just underneath again. Doesn't want
Is
to
he going
flick
to
into
turn
the
the
black.
black bow up?
Ooh.
No. He played it nice pace,
Yeah,
really.
lovely pace. Yeah, very much so.
A 5-4, 6 ends.
Cool.
Last end then. Andy wins it. He wins the match. He's battled back well after being 5-0, was it? 5-0 down, I think.
It was, yeah.
And 5-4. Most people would have thought Mark will go on and probably see the set out, but Andy's been very composed. I've not seen much of him, but he's come into this event, on his own carpet, but he's up against Mark and he has performed really solid.
It'd be interesting to I'm sure he did enter the one at Christmas here, but I'm just going to just have a double check, see if I can find him.
Donna Knight out there. I love them pink and black shoes she wears.
Oh yeah, lovely,
and
aren't
that
they?
shirt she's got on from when she went out to Hong Kong, China a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Hong Kong Open.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. Right, big first bowls here then for Andy and Mark. Andy looks on a reasonable line, just running through. Yeah, that won't be winning the end. Yard through might come into play. You'd expect Mark.
See, if Mark can put one just on the front or back of the jack here and really put the pressure on
You
Andy.
expect him to obviously draw the shot. It's just how good will it be? Probably not playing as much bowls as he used to, Mark. I mean, Mark, when he's really putting in loads of time, it is formidable. One of the best there is. And he's played a great bowl,
Because he used to have his own bowl shop, didn't he? Now works for Potter's Bowls, but doing the road shows and
That's
stuff,
right.
doesn't he? So
put lots of time into that, and it has meant he isn't able to bowl quite as much as he'd like, but that's a great bowl there.
but, I mean, it shows the class of player he is, though. The fact that he's still not playing as much, but still putting in good results,
Still
top
really
16,
enthusiastic and enjoying
and
it.
everything.
Right.
Well, as we said, Mark's first bowl, very good.
Yeah.
We want to tidy this up now and really say to Andy, right, if you want this, you'll have
That's
to play
right.
a cracker.
Andy had good weight with his second, but he missed the line a couple of feet. Mark will really want to get this one right in on, but he's short. He won't be happy with this.
I mean, centre rink
Helps,
isn't the worst spot,
but you
he's
know with
dropping
Andy, he's
across,
just going to
he's
draw
drawing
probably.
it, yeah.
He's not played any really arriving bowls up to now.
Well, I mean, Andy's liking it.
Eyeing it, yes.
Oh, he's
and
put his head down.
He's
don't
either
know-
done a Les Gillett and he's brilliant with this bowl, or he just felt he was a little short.
Well, it looks to be the latter, Scotty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a decent second
I
wood,
think he
but
knew.
at this
I
stage,
think he knew it wasn't quite there,
Yeah.
which is a good sign, really. I mean, if he knew he was short and he's only a foot short, and he's got a good feel for it all. But it's a huge last bowl to come. Mark will want to get another one in. Well, he'll want to draw a front knocker, really, or back toucher.
Well, again, he's put us on this big line. As we saw last time, it did come back, but I mean, he's
not
on a
going to get
big
back this
line.
time.
I mean,
Well,
it's a back position, but it's not really where the jack's going to go unless Andy does arrive
No,
and thins it. But
no, that bowl shouldn't come into play at all. Now,
if you were Andy, Scotty, would you think of
a lot of
arriving here?
people will be playing a
4
yard
or
because you
5
flip
feet.
that jack round the
Yeah.
corner, you're going to be holding, you take the bowl out, you get it square, you're going to be holding a really good one. I think he'll dead draw.
Yeah, I say
Because
we've
of
seen that drawing
He's
ball on
trusted
his
his
last.
draw all match, and to be fair, he's in the match and giving himself every chance, so why change? But a lot of people will be arriving a yard onto this, trying to turn.
Well, I mean, he's not a dead draw here. He's trying to ride. He doesn't
He's
like
not
it.
sure. I think he thinks he's
Probably looks slightly
Heavy.
high.
really, the weight was
Weight
quite
was lovely
good
for that bowl.
for what he wanted, but I think the disappointment, he was actually just trying to draw, but he
Yeah.
knew he was
They
heavy when he
overplayed.
let it go. So tiebreak then. Probably fair overall.
Yeah, second set, Mark really, stepped his game up, which is nice to see. I mean, all credit to Andy so far, though. He's really been pulling out the bowls.
Princey's tuned in. Just had a message from Princey. What the hell do you two know about bowls? Well, there we go.
Well, I'm not
That's
a lot,
why
but
Princey's sat at home eating Easter eggs and we're here playing.
be interesting to see what reply you get there then, Scotty.
Yeah, I'm on in a minute. I might have to switch the phone off, I think. Right then.
Well, quite a few matches have gone to tie breaks here, to be honest.
Do we know if he won the toss and kept it, or did Mark give it him? Or
Didn't quite see.
he's put a much longer length up. I don't know if he meant to. He's put the mat in the same place, but he's put a longer length up.
only a
going
yard
this
off
way.
short of the tee. Well, Andy certainly backs himself on a draw, as we saw last time.
Yeah, not
And again, this is not a bad
here.
opener for the tie break. A little
Very
bit of
good.
white.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unlucky he didn't get a touch there. There's an option later on, but still.
Mark's chopped and changed hands going this way. I don't think he's been 100% comfortable on which hand he favours. But he's changed again on this fuller length.
I mean, the longer jack, you get that big finish that we used to have.
Yeah.
Whereas on the short, as we saw earlier, it
He's
was
got
sort of held a
chance
bit.
here. Oh, he's
Yeah,
played
it's a good
great
opener.
bowl.
Great opener here.
What a great
Oh,
bowl
little,
that is.
little touch just to sit him just
Yeah.
behind the jack. Yeah, tie break on ring 2. Dave Leafield won that tie break, so that's good. He's got points on his board.
Right, Lorraine has beaten Kirsty. It's 2-0.
Oh, what a bowl, Andy Kenway.
Oh,
what a
great
bowl.
Andy. Just what he wanted.
I'm glad I turned around to see that one.
Yes, I just caught the end of that.
Great bowl. Wow, Mark electing here for an arriving bowl.
Yeah, down this hand as well.
I mean,
he's in the area.
He's not far off at all.
Has he got the
He's
gap?
just going to hold a pass. Ooh. Well, if you're Andy here, do you want another bowl in there, or do you want to go for cover? And he's got a back bowl. He's got the respot as well, by the looks of things.
His bowl. I mean, Mark would have to play something down the other hand now to get the bowl out. He's got, if he gets the jack, and he's got a really good bowl waiting back there, but he could pop the bowl out clean. I think I'd have drawn down the other hand
yeah,
and
agreed.
possibly tried to draw a back knocker or just drop by it. But I mean, he's finished in a good spot,
He's
but if
got-
he pops the bowl out
Yeah.
clean here,
He's back to a pressure bowl on his last again.
Mark's not sure. It's one of them. Do I just try and draw it off, or do I try and pop the bowl out? Probably going to get movement on his own bowl, and it'd be a one-bowl shootout then, but I think he'll just arrive, just try and pull the jack or turn the bowl twice and stay. I would guess that would be the sort of shot Mark would play.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly looks to be playing
Yeah,
an arriving bowl.
yeah. He's
But-
controlled it really nicely. It's
He doesn't
whether he
like
gets
it.
down.
No, as we said, just holding up. I mean, does he
Yeah,
get to the back
played
bowl?
it with just ditch weight, and that's not easy. Not an easy shot. It's the sort of shot that's become harder to play on a lot of greens now. Now
It
greens.
doesn't quite react with that
Yeah,
pace,
that's
does it?
right.
Yeah. What's your green like, Scotty, at Oxford City and
Oh,
County?
I mean, lovely swinging hands on most of the rinks. Good, decent pace. And yeah, the shots can be quite tricky.
Oh,
Oh,
now this is
hang
a
up.
very interesting tactic there.
Blocked, yeah. He's blocked the more speed runner, and Mark is not wasting any time. He's gone straight at it.
Changing the other hand.
He's trying to get the bowl out clean or get the
He's
jack
leaning.
and run through,
He's leaning.
and he's not going to get down.
Wow. First end, Andy. I mean, in a tie break, you really want the first end, don't you? I mean,
Yeah.
you get, it's a little bit more relaxing. You've got a bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
But it'll be really intrigued to see if Andy plays that longer length again. You know, Jack was just off the tee this time. Well, he wasn't. It was a yard short of it, but
Yeah, it was a funny one. I mean, Andy played a great bowl to draw the shot, but also it sat just a bowl and a half behind, and it made it awkward then for playing the runner.
yeah.
especially once Andy had the back position as well. I even think if Mark had got the jack there, he wouldn't have ended up with the shot. I think he needed to thin the bowl out. Would have been the ideal result. Anyway, Andy wins the end after playing a great drawing bowl.
Yeah,
And he's gone back longer again.
Yeah. Right on the tee this time.
It's only in this tiebreak that he's changed to this longer length. Now, I'm wondering if he thinks Mark's bowls have been turning a bit more than his, and that he wouldn't find this fuller length as well. And there is some logic in that. So.
Well, this isn't a bad out now. I mean, he's not getting right back to centre, but he's in play.
Yeah,
he's behind, and pace was all right.
Yeah, he's brought them out at what, 2.5 yards, do you reckon? About 2 yards, 2.5 yards? Yeah. No, that's the hand I would always normally play as well, down there. I think you get back to the middle really nice, but if you're slightly over the weight, you won't. But he's bowled a great bowl here. Yeah. Cracking bowl from Mark. That's tough to beat.
Well, and I mean, Andy can still play the same hand, but he's asking how far.
He's very relaxed, isn't he? It's good to see. He's impressed me. He's still very relaxed, not showing any signs of being tense at all.
He's one of these players that, any player that would play against him, hard to find a read on him. As you say, he looks for a draw. He looks calm under pressure. He's putting the balls in. I mean, this time he sent this one out a bit wider as well.
Yeah, that wide line. It's if you're anything over the weight, you won't get anywhere near back. Dead weight down that hand, you can draw it all day long to the tee. Well, Mark has changed his hand.
I think Mark will just try and get to Andy's first one, split those two up at the back.
He's bowled a decent bowl here, if that could come into play.
Yeah. Well, as we've seen earlier, I think Andy's just going to have 2 draws of this,
Yeah, he's thinking about it again. He's backed off the mat now.
Change back to the other hand, try and drop off last bowl. He thinks that will give him a chance, as we can see on screen. It might not be enough if he hits that bowl, but, well, he likes this one. He's trotting up after it.
I think he's got a chance if he gets right down. Just the pace holding off, sits off the bowl. He could fall. Could have fell back and maybe got
the
the
shot.
shot.
Finish on that bowl.
Yeah,
line was good.
That's what that hand does. That
Finish is
last
quick.
bit. Right then, Mark. What are you going to play here? I suppose you just try and draw a better one. He'd love to really shut this down now. There's no point. You know that Andy's going to draw with his last in all likelihood, so Mark will just try and get a better shot bowl here. He's got a decent shot bowl, but he'll want a better one. He's chasing this now. He's really good here. He's really good here.
Doesn't want to cut the jack
bowl.
out. Doesn't want to.
That's a great bowl.
Well played, Mark.
Well, if Andy doesn't run at this, then he'll never play a runner in his life, because you've got back position.
I want to see the draw though. I want to see the draw.
But no, he has to.
The option's got a bit of weighted bowl. In all honesty, any sort of reaction, any of those 2 bowls, he's got the back position.
I mean, I suppose if he gets both bowls out, he's still going to be 1 down. But I'll be amazed if he didn't run at this and try and turn the jack through 5 feet, or even right through in the ditch, and say to Mark, "Well, you draw to within 2 feet of the ditch. You deserve."
I mean, the good thing is for Mark's position, his bowl is a toucher, so a square result, his bowl is coming into play. I mean, I would love to see the draw hit from Andy. It's not, he's looking at the right shot, which is good.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's playing the run up.
He's played this very
He's
controlled.
striding as if he thinks
He needs to hold.
he was under, but he's got a chance here, Oh, he just got both too well. He got to both bowls. Lost the end. He had a great chance there. Great effort with that bowl. Really, he needed the shot bowl onto the jack, but
I mean, his pace
he
was
was
lovely
right
for the
in
shot,
the area.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting game next door. The rink you just saw there, Fred Furlong marking, running left and right. 1-1 in the tie-break between Tony Parsons and Paul Sharman. Sharmy fired a cracking bowl, both bowls away. Unfortunately, his ran off the side of the rink rather than the ditch, so 2 bowls to come from each. And
Right.
Tony's just drawn a cracking.
Great
Look at
bowl
this.
here if he eats that up square.
Oh,
Yeah, what a bowl that is.
That's the bowl you want.
Yeah, last end of the tie break. That's what you want to do. Wow, what does Sharmy do here? He's got 2 bowls to come. Does he try and get that out of there? Give himself a chance with his last? Or does he try and draw it? He's not sure. Anyway, back to our game. Last end of the tie break. Yep, Andy with the mat. The jack has put up that longer length again.
Sticking to the hand, he's been playing
Yeah.
so well all game.
Is he going to get back, or is he going to catch out there on the wider line? No,
I think
he
it
was
was
getting
just
back
the-
to the centre.
it was just the
the
pace,
pace.
yeah.
Yeah.
Centre rink, yard on, 4 feet even.
Mark, look, nothing changes. That usual, really deliberate setup. Gets it away. Well, Mark, you look half decent from here if you're up.
Well, he's certainly going to be the
He's
shot.
found the centre pretty nicely, but he won't really be happy. That's
I mean,
two and a half
it might be
feet.
in Andy's way. Andy might want to switch hands. He doesn't have
he's
to, but
quickly, look, he's quickly on. He's sticking
confident,
with what he's doing. And I don't know. This
Wow.
looks slightly better to me,
oh, he's a
pace-wise.
big
Oh
line.
no, he is still running a bit.
Well, if you're Mark here, you want to get. I think you've got to go for right, dead draw, right on the jack. Say to Andy, right, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, Andy's not going to be happy with his first 2 bowls there, but as we've seen throughout this match, he's dug it out with his 3rd or 4th when he's needed to. Well, Mark looks.
He certainly looks better pace this time,
slightly
isn't it?
under, I think. Just slightly under, but better shot bowl. Now he has to change. Now
Yeah.
Andy has to change. He'll still be drawing.
He's one of those heads that there's so much room, it finds it harder to draw
Yeah.
to. This one from my angle looks a decent pace, but again, is he on that slightly high line? Just not finishing like it used to. I mean, his pace is good.
He's still run through.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
he's done that with his first 3 bowls. He's got a huge last bowl to come.
No, if you're Mark here, what do you want to do? Do you want to cover
Well,
those
you-
bowls, or do you want to get one
I
right
know
on the
what you're
jack?
saying, but there's too much room. You have to. If you left that and you covered the bowls,
Oh, Sharmy.
you wouldn't.
Sharmy.
Oh, what a great effort, Sharman. He had about 3 inches to draw the shot. Nearly did it, pulling the jack. Right, Mark's got a much better bowl here. This is a great bowl. Now he wants to stick right with it now.
Oh, see
Oh,
now. Now
yes,
this. No.
yes. He
Right.
just dipped again, but
Again, similar situation to last end. There is a jaw on, but he's got all the back position.
He
If you-
has.
If you put that in the ditch,
but really he's got bare jack
or nothing.
gap. So I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and dead draw this.
You know, a front toucher here, with Mark having no back position, would just be a cracking bowl to see. Yeah, he is electing for the draw. See, he still looks
Right.
heavy from here, Scott.
Yeah, but is he
Tighter
on a
line?
slightly tighter line? Is he going to get right down? No, he's heavy.
No.
He's run through. It's a great effort
Lovely
in the
pace
match.
to try and pull
Great
the white.
effort in the match from him. But Mark dug in and dug it out in the tie-break. Decent match overall.
Yeah. Nice. It's nice to see people like Andy playing that well and just saying, you know, even though I'm a local player, I played well.
Right, I've got to go. My opponent is waiting. I'll be back later. Enjoy the next game, guys.
Best of luck, Scotty.
Cheers, mate.
Right, the next game up, which will be streamed shortly, is Sean Jones against Trevor Roberts on the TV rink. The matches either side of him going to be quite good, so we'll try and keep you updated. We'll have Ben Pauley against Martin Puckett, and I believe David Miles against Andy Moore. So 2 good games either side, and a good TV rink. So we'll be back shortly.